Form to PayPal Invoice Add-on for Google Forms lets you take Google Form submissions to create PayPal invoices automatically to begin. Click Add-ons menu Form to PayPal Invoice. Click Configure the first time when you open the add-on it asks you to connect to the PayPal. Click here. Allow pop-ups if those are blocking. Click Done. Press Retry and this opens a pop-up window and here choose Login with the PayPal account. And this says Success, you're connected to PayPal. Close and in 5 to 6 seconds you're taken to the configuration dialog automatically now. Set up your invoice. My form is pretty simple. It has item quantity, item rate, email address, business name, VAT ID, the details, like first name, last name, address, state, zip code, phone and payment date. Now I can choose to map the fields of the form to your invoice. Reference, fill in the basic details, like terms and conditions for the invoice number. Choose plus icon drop-down. You can choose the random UID, but the random UID is more than 25 characters. The PayPal system doesn't allow generating the This value will be substituted when the invoice is created. Invoice date. This is grabbed using a special field, that's date, which is in the format date YYYYMMDD. The next is the invoice information, that's myself, if I own a company. Supply company, I supply my details. The owner name or the person who is responsible for creating or sending the invoice. Fill in the address line 1, line 2, state, zip code and country code by choosing the drop-down or you can map the form fields. We have 3 sections, the options, the special fields and the form fields. The form fields are nothing but the form questions. You can also choose to fill in the phone numbers from the Google form if you are collecting, or primarily, since the business person has the same number, it's beneficial if you could specify the phone number because these details always remain the same no matter if you use or whoever submits the form. Next, for the recipients, I recommend choosing the business name from the receiver's end, that's the business name. When someone fills in the form, they supply their own business name. So you are the owner, or the supplier, and the recipient will be the buyer. Give a name. Last name. Supply these markers from the form fields, just clicking on the form field. I can type email. That's from the phone questions, it's the email address that's substituted. Here, the rest are optional information. Shipping information generally remains the same, most of the companies, to save time. I've used business information, the billing and shipping is made same, so you see the same markers place for these shipping information as well. Now comes the items, the item 1 and the form. I choose the item 1 item quantity and the rate. Item 1 quantity. You can specify the rate if you wish to, or if there's someone who is translating the form, or your VA who is typing or submitting the Google form to create new contacts, which should be much easier than creating invoices. You can supply or hard code. You can simply type 100 here where the quantity variable is ignored, or I can completely delete this question in the form. Supply the sales tax. To say the name of tax is a sales tax just by typing in that the percent, which is based on your location, and the tax note, which is optional. The unit of measure, it can be quantity, hours, or amount. If I choose the amount, or you can choose the quantity, the unit of measure changes. Next is the configuration, tax calculated after discount, tax inclusive, and allow tip. This is a Boolean option. You can choose either plus, that's true, minus, that's false. It is enabled or disabled for these configuration options. And if you would not like to keep them, you can delete, or if you would like to add, you can enable with much of the breakdowns. For now, I go to Next, create a draft invoice. Draft invoices are created as drafts in your PayPal account. Send invoice, which actually sends the email, where you can choose the subject. Note to the payer, send to recipient, as well as send to yourself. I choose create draft invoice. You can filter or logically check if item 1 is not empty. Go ahead, and here is where you create a log sheet where it writes all your invoice links. You can also choose if you have an existing spreadsheet. PayPal invoices. I agree to review and fix mapping to form questions change. I save the configuration and the dialog automatically closes. Now it's time to check. Copy the responder link and save it. Go to the form, supply the fields, and click Submit. Once your form is submitted, let's open the log. You can check the log entries here for any issues. Click the external link icon and it says a draft success. This is the invoice URL. I can click open the invoice page and choose a draft as created with the invoice number DDMYY, that's 26, and 5 random numbers. Open the draft invoice and everything is computed and set up automatically from the inputs of the form, like seller note to the send. Using an option to create draft invoice is generally preferred. I hope this add-on is helpful. Thank you.